Hello everyone, this is Shruti Chandra, a PhD student in Chili lab in EPFL. I am working on a co-writer project. This co-writer project aims at exploring how a robot could help a child with the acquisition of writing. As we can see that if a child is not able to write properly, it could be a strong impairment in his future life. So this project is specially dedicated to those children who face difficulties in their initial stage of learning. And I am working on the design of interaction between a child and a robot to maximize the learning gains. And now I am going to present an experiment with the virtual robot. For this project, we designed the pre-experiment with the virtual robot. And in this experiment, child learns to write by sitting next to a simulated robot. To achieve this goal, we have used this Tinker lamp. This is an in-house technology of this lab. And this consists of camera plus projector and computer. So the projector is used to project all the visual outputs on this horizontal surface. The camera of the projector is used to detect all the tangible objects and paper documents on this horizontal surface with the help of these visual markers. As you can see, if I am moving this sheet, the camera is able to detect the marker with the movement of my hand. So every sheet is uniquely defined by its own visual marker. In the simulator, the robot writes on a table and we project the top of view of the simulator on a sheet of paper which is placed next to the children's writing sheet. We project the face of the robot on another sheet of paper. The mood on the face of the robot changes according to the score of the children's handwriting. If the children make more accurate alphabet, the robot smiles, otherwise it becomes sad. This motivates the children to make more accurate alphabets. A dice made of visual markers is used to control the turns. If the child places the dice on his sheet, it is his turn. Otherwise, if they place the dice on robot's sheet, it's robot's turn. Here we have used two modes. The first mode is direct learning and the second mode is learning by teaching. So you can see we can switch between the two modes in the middle of the experiment. If I am placing the mode 1 sheet, you can see it is mode 1, and if I am placing the mode 2 sheet, you can see it is projecting mode 2. We are using mode 1 initially, and this mode 1 is direct learning mode. In this mode, the robot would take a role of a teacher and the kid would be a learner. First, the robot writes a letter, then the child tries to copy it. A recognition score is calculated. If the score is greater than certain value, the robot will smile and dance to motivate the kid to learn another letter. In the second mode, learning by teaching, the letter that the child has to draw is projected on the screen, on this horizontal screen. After studying the template, the child attempts to draw the letter on his own sheet. The system then detects the possible mistakes in the child's handwriting and manipulates the alphabet to make the mistakes more obvious. The robot writes down this manipulated letter that exaggerated the child's error on his own sheet. After this, the child is supposed to correct the mistakes that he thinks the robot has made. Here, as you can see, we are using these three numbers in the experiment. These three numbers denotes the three letters which we are using in this experiment. We have used 3 letters from the Devanagari script. So, because we want to check these alphabets with the Swiss kids and they don't know, and we wanted this experiment to be done with unknown letters. So that's why we have used these letters. And as you can see, I am placing the marker on the first number, so it will show the robot will write the first letter. And if I will place here, the robot will write the second letter. And if I will place the marker here, the robot will write the third letter. And for this experiment, because this kid would write a letter, so we have used this digital pen this pen is used to capture the XY data of the letter, which is having a sensor and a receiver. As you can see, we are using the first mode in this experiment, and this first mode is direct learning mode. In this mode, the robot would take a role of a teacher and the kid would be a learner. So I'm placing this dice on the robot side and it's his turn, like this. Because I have placed the marker on the third letter, so he's writing the third letter. And now if I'll place this dice on my turn, it's my turn, and you can see the robot is saying your turn. So if I'll write the letter exactly shown by the robot, and if I'll place this dice again here, you can see it is calculating the recognition score, which is greater than a certain value, and the robot is dancing and is happy. You can see the expression, it is showing his happy expression and he's dancing. It means that I have wrote this letter in a correct manner. And suppose if I'll do it again, and if I'll place again this dice, you can see the recognition score is 0.576 to 18, which is less than the certain value, and it is showing try again, and is showing the sad expression. So the child will try again to write this letter again to make it more correct. As you can see, we are using here this mode 2. This is learning by teaching mode. In this mode, the child will learn how to write a letter by teaching the robot. So in this mode, a child has to draw a letter which is projected on this part, and then after drawing this letter, a recognition score is again calculated by the system, and if it is less than a certain value, then in that case the mistakes which are made by the child is shown on this screen in the exaggerated manner, and if it is greater than a certain value, then again the robot will dance and will show his happy expressions. So I'm starting my experiment. I'll place this dice here, and I will try to write a letter like this, and I'll move this sheet here. Now the recognition score is 0.875, which is less than a certain value, and now I have written this letter, so it is showing the exaggerated mistakes made by me on this screen. Suppose I'll try to do this experiment to get the higher score. I need to place it on my side, and I should write it once again. Now if I'll place the dice here again, now the score is 0.961134, which is greater than a certain value, and now you can see the robot is dancing, and he's also saying good job, and he's showing the good expressions, happy expressions. I've written the letter correctly, and now I'm successful. The next step in this project is to bring this Hope 3 humanoid robot into the schools, so that we can transfer all the work done on the virtual robot to this real robot, and we want to move this robot into the schools so that kids can experience all the writing procedure with this real one. Thank you.